Hi, this is Chris Lesso. Welcome to the video lesson series. This one is fantastic. This is on the 4 offenses of drummers, maybe the 4 offenses that you didn't even know you were doing. Now, this all started from me doing a band coaching event, and I got to be with basically non-drummers, a room of keyboard players, guitar players, bass players, and they all spoke to me about things the drummers were doing that was really getting to them and really holding up their progress and potential as a band. So basically it was 4 things that kept getting named and that drummers were constantly doing, and I work on this in my own playing, and I call them the 4 offenses of drummers. Let's get into them, and we can make sure we don't do them and work on these qualities in our own playing. And this is really great because this is looking at drumming and music from the other perspective, from beyond the kit or from the other side of the cymbals, as it were. So I also recommend to my students, like, take some piano lessons. My teacher, Jim Blackley, was notorious for this. He would just call you up one day after maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, maybe 1 year, and he'd say, "All right, lad, no more drum lessons for you. You know, call this piano teacher and get on the piano." And what a great strategy, I think, because it really opens your ears. All the keys are laid out for you. I started on piano. It had such an impact on me, and I actually went back after Jim Blackley, sent me to my piano teacher again and revisited it, and it grew my ear. It taught me more about song structure, chords, and really changes your ear and therefore changes the way you play drums. So let's get into them. By the way, also take some bass lessons if you can. If you can jam with the drummer and play the bass and know what that feels like, and you'll see the things the drummer is doing that is, driving you up the wall. You see it from another perspective. So let's get into the 4 offenses. First one, listening. This seems obvious, but listening is, really everything. And a lot of times we as drummers listen to what we are doing instead of, really on focusing on the other instruments in the band. And, in life, I try to live, doesn't always work out, but I love to follow the rule of 60-40. I like to listen 60% and respond and talk 40%. And one of the best compliments I ever got was that I was, listening more. The musicians felt I was listening more to them and responding rather than being wrapped up in my cocoon, my drum cocoon, and really being too involved in what I was playing. So shift your focus onto the other members of the band and what's going on and staying in the present moment. So the second one is dynamics. You're probably playing way too loud, basically. The drums are just easy to hit really hard and play too loud. Bring it down. This will add space to, for the other musicians to fill and for the other musicians to respond to. And really playing loud is the most obvious thing. Playing quiet, a little more challenging to, get the technique to control the instrument at that range, and also to practice that and really have the courage to play softly so the other instruments can fill that up. So, which leads us to the next one, space. Sometimes playing quietly is great, and sometimes playing nothing is even better. And adding space to what you're playing gives what you do play a lot more meaning. And the last one is time, having strong time. Most drummers speed up. It's almost like getting a speeding ticket. You're going way too fast, you're in way too much of a hurry. I guess some drummers drag too, but really being accurate, articulate, and speaking with clarity. So space, time, dynamics, and listening, the 4 offenses of drummers. So I'm going to go into these in detail separately. So please look for my video lesson series on each one, and we'll get into detail into each one, and we'll improve ourselves as drummers and as people every day. I can't wait to get to the next one with you. Have fun.